station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead here on DC News Now at 6, a special election is underway in College Park, Maryland, following the former mayor's arrest. What happens next for that seat? Plus, President Biden is making an appearance at a local graduation soon as he tries to secure a second term in office. And Westminster Abbey was buzzing as King Charles III is crowned. A look at the highlights across the pond. But first, here's meteorologist Derek Bowen.
And we had a beautiful day today, plentiful sunshine all across the region. Temperatures were into the 70s. We're about to go up into the 80s, but the thing is, will we see that beautiful sunshine once again for tomorrow? Got a chance of rain coming up in your forecast.
All right, thanks, Derek. Well, good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 6. I'm Annalisa Gale. It's Saturday, May 6. Well, today, Great Britain crowned its king. Tens of thousands of people lined the streets of London to catch a glimpse of King Charles III. Our Trevor Shirley is in London with more on today's historic event.
Saturday's coronation ceremony went off without any major problems, a real testament to the precision of planning for an event that hasn't been seen in almost 100 years. For the first time in 70 years, the world watched as a new monarch was crowned King of the UK.
The things which I have herebefore promised, I will perform and keep.
King Charles III arrived at Westminster Abbey Saturday morning, along with his wife, the Queen Consort Camilla, riding the Diamond Jubilee State Coach through the streets of London. Charles became king the moment his mother, Queen Elizabeth II, died last September. Today's ceremony formalizes his role as the head of state and the Church of England. Inside the Abbey, traditions almost 1,000 years old played out again. King Charles taking the royal regalia, dressed in robes used in coronations for hundreds of years. The crown of St. Edward atop his head, like so many monarchs before him.
God save the king! God save the king!
Looking on, members of the royal family, world leaders, and ordinary Britons, invited to honor their contributions to service and the king's charities. But the day isn't without some controversy. Some say the $125 million price tag is just too high for a family reportedly worth billions at a time when the UK faces inflation, high cost of living, and labor strikes. But for those at the Abbey, inside and out, today is about the new king and the future of his kingdom. And celebrations here in the United Kingdom continue all weekend long, including a concert at Windsor Castle on Sunday night and a National Day of Service on Monday. Reporting in London, I'm Trevor Shirley.
Well, happening today closer to home, the city of College Park is holding a special election to replace the former mayor who was recently arrested. The polls closed at 6 p.m. Former Mayor Patrick Owen resigned after he was arrested and charged with dozens of counts of possession and distribution of child pornography. He was the mayor since 2015. 4 candidates are running for his seat. Final results are expected on Friday afternoon. The winner of the special election will finish Owen's term. Voters will head back to the polls in November to elect a new mayor. Also new tonight, there has been an arrest in a homicide investigation in Hyattsville, Maryland, which started with a fire. Prince George's County Police say 40-year-old Marcel Billups is charged with 56-year-old Roger Neal's murder. Neal was found with a gunshot wound following a fire in the 6000 block of 42nd Avenue. Investigators say Billups shot Neal during an argument before starting that fire. In addition to murder, he's also charged with arson. Now turning to the district, 2 12-year-olds are facing charges for 2 separate crime sprees. DC News Now's Mariel Carbone is sitting down with community activists who have been working to reverse this trend.
A 10-minute crime spree, 2 robberies and an attempted carjacking ended here Wednesday with the arrest of a 12-year-old boy. He was the second 12-year-old arrested this week. The other charged with half a dozen counts of armed carjacking on Thursday.
It's frustrating, it's disappointing, of course.
Vonnet Mead works in Southeast D.C. He admits there's no one answer or solution to juvenile crime.
How do you instill new values in these young men, in these young women, so that what they value isn't hijacking the car?
I'm not surprised that 12-year-olds are doing what they're doing because the city really is structurally incapable of supporting them.
Tia Bell is the founder of the Trigger Project, which aims to prevent gun violence in communities of color. She says right now the city's structure is backwards and waits for kids to get arrested before they get supported.
It's easier for me to get money to support a vigil I'm coordinating before it's easier for me to get money to support a birthday party I'm coordinating, and that is structural violence.
She also says the lasting effects of the pandemic are evident and that kids need a safe space to heal and understand what they've been through.
There is no such thing as senseless violence. It all makes sense if you calculate being murder capital plus drug capital plus opioid capital plus gun violence plus pandemic.
That was Marielle Carbone reporting there. The Trigger Project is holding a summit on June 2nd to discuss violence with prevention in the community. And now to a DC News Now exclusive. A family says they made desperate calls to 911 while their loved one was dying. Bernard Baker Jr. collapsed in the hallway of the home where he took care of his dad. The family believes his death is the result of a failed emergency response system. Leonard N. Fleming is investigating the timeline.
It took entirely too long. Entirely too long. I always said that it cost my brother his life.
This is Kevin Baker, who frantically gave chest compressions to his dying brother, 42-year-old Bernard Baker Jr., in the wee hours Sunday morning. Bernard's father and fiance say they waited crucial minutes for a DC 911 dispatcher to answer their calls, starting at 3:22 and 3:24 a.m.
No one came on the phone, it's like you figure when you think of 911, that's an emergency.
At 3:27, the fiance was routed to the automated system for at least 2 minutes, she says.
Please hold for dispatcher, please hold for dispatcher.
Because of questions raised by DC News Now, the situation is now under investigation by both the DC 911 system and DC Fire and EMS Department. DC's troubled 911 call center has been under fire for years for botched and delayed calls that have led to death. But the Bakers were also troubled at what seemed like a lack of urgency by the paramedics who arrived. Sade Hardy is Baker's fiance.
On the phone, get downstairs. I goes outside. I'm still on the phone with him outside. Someone pull up. No ambulance pull up with him, but the fire department. He walked up. I say, where is the fire ambulance?
At 3:33, you can see the first fire truck arrive. Then 40 seconds later, an ambulance. At 3:34, 3 paramedics one by one enter the home in the 4800 block of Illinois Avenue Northwest.
To me personally, I felt as if they were rookies, like inexperienced or something. You know what I'm saying? Like they didn't, it's their first day or their first call. And I didn't see no sense of urgency.
A fourth walks in at 3:38. When Baker collapsed, he fell into and cracked a hallway mirror full of family photos and then hit the floor. Not before he called for his brother Kevin, and then his brother Kevin responded, Doe?
They always used to call him Doughboy.
His 74-year-old namesake father watched his eldest son, the one who took care of the elderly man, take his last breath. He was pronounced dead at 4:12 a.m.
I watch my son come into this world, and I watch him go to this world.
DC Auditor Kathleen Patterson says she noted in a scathing report in 2021 that the Office of Unified Communications was below national standards in terms of response times for answering 911 calls.
The 2 minutes or 3 minutes to pick up a 911 call is absolutely not acceptable. As I mentioned, the national standards are 15 seconds to pick up the phone and answer that call.
One major problem for the 911 call center, Patterson says, is staffing.
911, there's no more important public service, and if we are short staff, then we need to take action, do something about that.
Now the Baker family is reeling from the death of a man they say always put others before himself.
Probably the greatest guy I've ever met in my life.
Joshua Baker is Bernard's youngest brother.
Probably the only guy I've ever wanted to be like in my life. Just all around heart of gold.
Now he's gone. Kevin Baker wants accountability.
I feel as if, we shouldn't have an issue with 911. 911 should be treated as, a real emergency, and people need to take their job more seriously.
And that was Leonard N. Fleming reporting there. Both DC Fire and EMS and the 911 call center expressed their condolences to the Baker family, and we're told a top fire department official met with the family as part of that investigation. Well, coming up, President Joe Biden is expected to deliver the commencement speech at Howard University on May 13th. Howard University, which is a historically black college, is also Vice President Kamala Harris's alma mater. Biden is also expected to deliver a keynote address next month at the U.S. Air Force Academy's commencement in Colorado. Last month, Biden announced that he is running for a second term. All right, turning outside where it has been beautiful today, Derek. I couldn't even believe it. I thought I was in L.A. for a second.
It was quite warm. I was out at one of the local nurseries getting a few plants this morning, and it was in the mid-60s or so, and it was already getting warm for me. We're talking temperatures across the region into the 70s. Even at this hour, we're going to see temperatures bump up into the 80s as we begin a new week, and things are going to be nice and warm. We may see a hit or miss chance of some showers, maybe even a rumble of thunder as we head throughout the day tomorrow. But all in all, it should be relatively nice, not the cloudy and dreariness that we've seen for most of the week. We've just had a few fair weather clouds roll into the region at this time as we've head throughout this beautiful afternoon. Temperatures getting up into the 70s today, and tomorrow some locations could see temperatures as high as 80 degrees. All in all, around the region, likewise, just seeing a few fair weather clouds here and there, a few showers in and across Michigan, and maybe even a little thunder shower back towards Louisville, Kentucky, into the lower Ohio River Valley. But all in all, everything's been nice and relatively quiet for and throughout this both Friday and Saturday. Now we're seeing, of course, temperatures tonight going to be falling down into the 50s. A nice cool night tonight, maybe a few 40s back to areas west. Tomorrow, temperatures bouncing up into the mid to upper 70s. Some areas, I wouldn't be surprised to see an 80-degree mark, and that is, of course, and chance of a little bit of rainfall to come into the afternoon to cool us off. Then on Monday, we're back into the 80s once again, and we're going to keep that trend going out for a little bit, but not too bad. We're going to see temperatures a few days, we're going to see them above average, but in a few days below average, so we're pretty much on par and around normal for this time of year. Average high temperature is around 74 degrees. You can see that. We're going to see that both on Tuesday and Thursday. We have, of course, a pretty nice day on Sunday, Monday, 81 degrees, cooling off Tuesday and Wednesday. Could see some little bit of rain showers in that time frame as well. Best chance of rain will hold off until more than likely next weekend at the very latest. We're looking at, of course, a few clouds potential for tomorrow. A pop-up thunder shower show is possible. We'll have more details coming up in your complete forecast.